Good morning, everyone. As we enter the new year, the Ministry of Housing and Municipalities continues working very hard to deliver the housing solution our country needs. I'll be the first to admit, and anyone who knows me will tell you, I like to see progress and I like to see it yesterday. But in housing, as in construction, doing it properly matters. Lasting solutions take time, careful planning, coordination, and execution. Today's update focuses on three key areas: progress on the draft Affordable Housing Strategy and its consultation timeline, emergency housing at Booz Island, updates on major housing projects at Chelsea, Battery Road, and Middletown. Recent data from the Bermuda Housing Corporation gives us a clear picture of the growing pressure on some of the most vulnerable people in our community. Between November and December 2025 alone, the BHC wait list grew from 333 to 357 households. That increase was seen across every priority category. Urgent cases still represent the largest share of applicants. However, the fastest growth is now among regular applicants, many of whom are working individuals and families who are finding it increasingly difficult to afford market rents. As of November, nearly 60% of all applicants were seeking studio or one-bedroom units. This reflects the pressures facing seniors on fixed incomes, individuals living alone, and smaller households. It is important to remember that BHC data represents just one part of the broader housing picture. While it does not capture all challenges in the private rental market, it does reflect those most in need of assistance, making it a critical indicator of where pressures are most acute. These realities reinforce the importance of expanding affordable housing options. These trends are precisely why the government is taking a broader, more coordinated approach to housing. Work on the Affordable Housing Strategy for 2025 to 2035 continues alongside our day-to-day delivery efforts. This strategy is designed as a long-term, stabilizing framework to close Bermuda housing gap over the next decade. It focuses on expanding and diversifying housing supply, rehabilitating derelict and underused properties, improving affordability and access, modernizing regulations, and strengthening governance across the housing system. The consultation process has reinforced a key point. Housing is not the responsibility of one ministry alone. Every ministry has a role to play, and meaningful collaboration is essential to ensure a truly integrated whole-of-government approach. Initial consultations with government ministries have been completed, and we have now moved into consultations with all the technical departments. Copies of the draft have been provided to Cabinet, and we are working toward releasing a public consultation draft in February so the wider community can help shape the final strategy. To support this work, I have formed a technical advisory team, including representatives from the Bermuda Housing Corporation and the Bermuda Land Management Corporation. This team is actively examining alternative construction methods, which include precast concrete, modular, and prefabricated systems, with the aim of reducing construction costs, accelerating delivery timelines, and ensuring that local contractors remain fully involved in future housing projects. Taken together, The strategy provides a clear roadmap for how government intends to deliver affordable and attainable housing over the next 10 years. Not through one single solution, but through a balanced mix of new construction, rehabilitation, private sector participation, and regulatory reform. Looking ahead to 2026-2027 financial year, more than 30 sites across the island have been identified for potential housing development. These sites are already owned by either the Bermuda Housing Corporation or the Bermuda Land Management Corporation. Based on this work, 5 priority locations have been selected for the next phase of development. They are Albert and Victoria Row in Sandys, a vacant site adjacent to Dr. Cam Park in Southampton, 13 Ewan Street in the city of Hamilton, Tommy Fox Road, St. David's, and Harborview Village in St. David's. Preliminary evaluations confirm these sites are well positioned in terms of land readiness, ownership, zoning, and supporting infrastructure. Each has been prioritized to deliver a mix of affordable unit types with an emphasis on 1-bedroom and 2-bedroom homes, where the demand has the greatest. Emergency housing at Boas Island. In parallel, the Bermuda Housing Corporation has procured 9 modular units for installation on a vacant residential 1-zone site owned by the Bermuda Land Management Corporation. Installation is scheduled within the next 2 months, and once deployed, these units will provide immediate relief for applicants in the most urgent categories, while also serving as a live pilot to assess modular housing as a longer-term solution within Bermuda's built environment. They will function as emergency transitional housing, with tenants moving into the permanent homes as they become available. The modular pilot forms an important part of the government's effort to deliver rapid, high-quality housing on available public land. The ministry met with the Boas Island community in December to hear residents' concerns, and in response, the proposed development has been modified to improve buffers and setbacks and realign driveways. A planning application reflecting these changes will be submitted shortly, balancing community feedback with the critical housing needs of our people. Project updates at Chelsea, Battery Road, and Middletown. To address ongoing demand, the ministry has focused on advancing projects that are already in progress with ongoing construction at several key sites. Harmony Terrace North in Paget, 16 studio units are awaiting building permit approval. Battery Road Phase 2, St. David's, 12 units, which consist of 6 studios, 2 1-bedroom, and 4 2-bedroom units. Estimated completion time, August this year. Chelsea Apartments in St. George's, where we have 5 units, which consist of 3 2-bedroom units and 2 3-bedroom units. Estimated completion time in July this year. Middletown and Pembroke, where we have 4 2-bedroom units. Estimated completion time in March this year, just a couple of months away. I'm excited to see the progress being made on these projects. Collectively, these developments represent 37 new affordable housing units, with the majority expected to come online in the next couple of months. I want to sincerely thank the teams across the Ministry of Housing and Municipalities, the Bermuda Housing Corporation, the Bermuda Land Management Corporation, and the Bermuda Housing Trust for their continued hard work and commitment. Thank you. That is the focus of this ministry and is the work we will continue steadily, responsibly, and with urgency. Thank you.
Thank you, Minister. At this time, we welcome questions from the media.
Morning, Minister. Alan
Morning.
Solomon from the Royal Gazette. For the priority sites that you mentioned in 5 sites, can you say if there's a timeline as to when those sites would be ready for housing?
Not soon enough.
Not soon enough.
But we're pressing hard to get all of them ready as quickly as we can at the same time.
Okay, and for the people who are on the waiting list, how does the government or the Bermuda Housing Corporation decide who is a priority and who will, who's identified for, who's been urgent?
Well, all applicants sit down and go through a process with the professional people at Bermuda Housing Corporation, and they come to a joint decision, that being Bermuda Housing Corporation and their staff, with who needs houses the most urgently. And based on that, decisions are made to house people. For example, you will know last week there was a fire and a family was displaced. And within a few hours, thanks to the hard work and the juggling that the Bermuda Housing Corporation continuously have to do, we were able to house that family very quickly, within a few hours.
Okay. The last question, from the town hall at Bose Island, what aspects of the feedback were considered in the modification of the whole project idea of the model housing?
Well, some people had some concerns with the buffering and the hedging, so we looked at that and we said, well, look, we'll make some adjustments to that. And there were some concerns about the driveway that we had proposed, so we juggled that around so that the residents that had those concerns, they were, those changes were made.
And the units, are they going to be here anytime soon, or are they already here?
No, they're not. They're expected to be here sometime in the next 3 to 5 weeks.
Thank you.
Okay. Thank you.
All right, thank you. There are no further questions from the media. With that, this press conference is concluded. I thank you all for joining us and have a great day.
Thank you.